The Mysterious Island. At the beginning of the story, we see a deserted and mysterious island. A wounded girl is groaning in pain. Her clothes are torn, and fear is clearly visible on her face. It looks like she has been trapped here for days, and now all her hopes are fading away. But who is this girl? And how did she reach this lonely island? The trip to Thailand. To find the answer, we have to go back in time. On the other side, we meet the main character of our story, Madison. Madison is a famous social media vlogger and influencer. She travels to beautiful places around the world, makes videos, and shares her life with her fans. This time, on her followers' demand, she comes to Thailand. This trip was planned by her boyfriend, John. They were supposed to come together to spend some quality time. However, at the last moment, John gets stuck with some urgent work and asks her to go ahead, promising to join her in a few days. So Madison starts the trip alone. She explores the beautiful streets, beaches, and famous spots of Thailand. She takes pictures and records her vlogs. From the outside, her life looks like a dream. But inside, she feels lonely. Meeting CW. The next morning, Madison is recording a brand promotion video in her hotel room, but her mind isn't in it. She repeatedly messages John to come quickly. John explains that he is trying his best, but it will take a few more days. Madison gives in. 2 days later, while sitting at a bar, an elderly man approaches Madison. He offers her money to come with him. Madison gets uncomfortable and tells him to leave, but he keeps harassing her. Suddenly, a local girl named CW steps in. CW embarrasses the man in front of everyone and chases him away. CW is a local who knows every corner of the area. Madison thanks her, and they quickly become friends. CW warns Madison that solo female travelers must be careful around here. During their conversation, Madison tells CW about John canceling his plans. She also opens up about how people think an influencer's life is perfect, but behind the camera, it's full of hard work and loneliness. Madison finds out that CW works as a local tour guide. However, CW offers to show her around not as a client, but as a friend. She promises to show Madison secret, beautiful places that tourists rarely see. Madison agrees immediately, eager for exclusive content for her channel. They ride around the city on CW's motorbike. Madison shoots great videos, and later that evening, they eat at a club. A devastating loss. When Madison returns to her hotel room, she is thrilled because her new vlog is getting thousands of views. But her happiness doesn't last long. She finds her room door unlocked. Inside, everything is gone, including her passport. Madison is completely broken because she cannot travel back home to America without it, where she has a major brand shoot lined up. CW helps her file a police report, but they discover getting a new passport will take at least 2 weeks. That night, Madison calls John. But instead of comforting her, John worries more about the money lost. Hurt and angry that he cares more about money than her safety, Madison cuts him off and hangs up. The trap. With no other choice, Madison spends more time with CW. They visit new places and record more vlogs, but Madison notices something strange. Whenever she asks CW to take a photo together, CW always refuses. Madison assumes CW is shy because of the scar on her face, so she doesn't press the issue. One day, CW takes Madison to her beautiful beachside home. CW tells her about a hidden, mysterious island where very few people have ever been. Excited by the thought of millions of views, Madison agrees to go without thinking twice. Early the next morning, before sunrise, they head out on a small boat. Stranded after hours of traveling, they arrive at the remote island. On the ground, they notice a piece of wood with 7 lines carved into it. A sign that someone was counting the days they were trapped there. There is nobody around, just a thick jungle, the sound of the ocean, and a creepy silence. That night, they sit by a campfire and talk. Madison has no idea that by morning, her world will be turned upside down. When Madison wakes up the next day, CW is gone. The boat and all the supplies are missing. Madison is stranded. Stealing an identity. Meanwhile, CW returns home. Leaving Madison on the island was just the beginning. Her real plan is far more sinister. CW slowly hacks into Madison's social media accounts. She starts taking over Madison's identity. CW begins wearing Madison's clothes, copying her style, and posting her own photos and videos on Madison's profile. She literally becomes Madison online, while the real Madison fights for survival on the island. After days without hearing from Madison, John gets worried. Even though they argued, Madison had never gone silent for this long. Unbeknownst to him, CW now has Madison's phone and is reading all his messages. It turns out CW has done this before. She targets solo female travelers, takes over their lives, and uses their identities. The next target. Soon CW meets her next victim, a young female lawyer traveling alone in Thailand. CW finds out which hotel she is staying in and learns her daily routine. CW books a room in the same hotel, steals her room keys, and steals her passport and belongings, just like she did to Madison. The lawyer is now stranded and entirely dependent on CW. A few days later, CW takes the lawyer to a large, beautiful house, claiming it is hers. In reality, it is Madison's house. There, the lawyer meets John, who has come looking for Madison. CW lies to John, telling him that Madison broke up with him and moved on. John doesn't believe it. He knows Madison might be angry, but she wouldn't vanish without a word. The next day, John calls Madison's number. CW answers using an AI voice generator that sounds exactly like Madison. The AI voice tells John that it's over between them. John remains suspicious. Uncovering the truth. The lawyer begins to suspect CW. Being a lawyer, she senses something is wrong. She sends a message to CW's phone from Madison's ID. When the notification pops up on CW's phone, the truth becomes clear. CW stole Madison's life. Realizing Madison is in grave danger, the lawyer tries to leave and go to the police. But CW confronts her. When the lawyer threatens to expose her, CW attacks and kills her to protect her secret. John arrives shortly after, but CW has already cleared the crime scene. John leaves, confused and hopeless. John discovers the clue. Still determined, John looks closely at recent photos posted on Madison's social media. The quality and style seem off. He applies an image editing filter to remove the digital changes on one photo. As the picture clears up, he is shocked to see CW's face instead of Madison's. Realizing he has been tricked, John rushes to CW's house. He attacks her from behind and knocks her unconscious. When CW wakes up tied to a chair, John demands to know where Madison is. CW tries to intimidate him, saying the police will suspect him first if he goes to them. But John doesn't back down. CW finally agrees to take him to the island. Betrayal at sea. They head out into the ocean on a boat. But halfway there, CW makes her move. She suddenly pushes John overboard into the water. As John tries to climb back up, CW holds him underwater until he stops moving. John drowns in the ocean. To cover her tracks, CW posts on social media that John assaulted Madison, stole her money, and ran away. The final showdown. A few days later, CW returns to the island to erase any remaining evidence. When she arrives, she is shocked to find a burning campfire, fish cooking over the fire, and a small improvised tent. Madison is still alive. As CW searches the jungle, Madison attacks her from behind. Madison makes a desperate run for the boat to escape. But as she reaches the shore, she sees John's body in the water and breaks down in tears. Before she can react, CW recovers from the attack and starts laughing maniacally. Her chilling laugh makes one thing clear. If she knew how to get to this island, she certainly knows how to stop Madison from leaving it alive. Enjoyed this thrilling summary? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more mind-bending movie explanations. Question for you. If you were in Madison's place, would you trust a stranger so easily in a foreign country? Let us know in the comments below.